It's the Dell City Eagles Coaches Show with Cody Sparks, head coach Mike Dunn, and special guests. Brought to you by Gregory Sporting Goods, Nightfall Haunted Territory, and Redline Jiu-Jitsu. Coach Mike Dunn appears courtesy of Mid-Dell and their sponsors, First National Bank, Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedics, Rose State College, Hudeberg, Select PT, Professional Recyclers, Raising Cane's, Safari Dental, Buffalo Wild Wings, Black Bear Diner, First Point Insurance, Papa John's, Triple Elite, Marco's Pizza, and Whataburger. Here's your host, Cody Sparks.
Hello and welcome to Dell City Eagle Vision. As mentioned, I'm Cody Sparks, joined by head coach Mike Dunn and senior Anthony Goodlow joining us today. We'll be talking a lot about, of course, the most recent El Reno game recap. We'll talk about Southeast. It's Southeast Week. And moving on from there, we will also talk a little bit with Anthony about some of his experiences in senior year and time here at Dell City. So as we move forward, first off, I want to recap the big win over El Reno, I believe the final there, 34-20. Is that correct, Coach?
Yep.
Okay.
34-20. Mm-hmm.
And it was a pretty good back and forth game there.
Yeah. First half I thought we came out and we didn't play as good as we could. We gave up some big plays there. And really it was a lot on us. We were doing some things, in the back end that we haven't been taught, stuff that we don't coach, and we were just kind of doing our own thing. And so at halftime we had to go in and refocus and let the guys know that offensively how close we were to breaking this thing wide open, and defensively it was really us. I think our effort at first, I don't think that we were going as hard as we could. And we made some really, really key adjustments too. Coach Jones did a good job of getting us into a defensive front to slow down the run. We moved this guy inside. We had him at outside linebacker, and they were kind of just turning him out and running away from him. So we moved him inside so they couldn't, and he made some big plays in the second half, and that really helped us. And then we covered a lot better in the second half. They had the number 24 that made some plays in the first half. And, yeah. He made some plays, and we put Jeff Foreman. We put Jeff on him for the rest of the game, and he pretty much shut him down in the second half. But it was one of those games, kind of the tale of two halves. First half we weren't as good as we could be. In the second half, we played really well on defense and offense.
And Anthony, for you, they talked about often we do see you on outside, and we were talking a little bit with you before we started that I don't think there's been a play we haven't seen you get held on this year. How was it moving more to inside and attacking from that end?
I think it's easier to make plays and stop the run. I feel like it's better for the defense.
And now, was it? Is that something you've done some in practice, or was that just like all new? Hey, we're going to try this and learn fast.
I've been working in practice, working techniques and stuff, so I'm always ready in the game.
Great. Now, as we know, it was senior night, and a big evening. Of course, mentioned, I believe, Tyus Mesner had a big 3 touchdowns. Is that right?
He did, yeah, and it was all on 6 carries. 6 carries. So, yeah, I think he went for 178 yards on 6 carries and 3 touchdowns. So, pretty good numbers there. He busted a couple of big runs, and that guy runs hard. I mean, that's one thing you always count on Tyus. He's going to run hard, and if he has a little bit of room, and our offensive line, we keep saying it every week, our offensive line keeps getting better. We've had 2 good days in practice this week where we kind of try to turn it up a little bit. It's getting towards the end of the year, so we started kind of changing some of the things we do in practice and try to keep it fresh and fun. So we started doing some more competition, some good on good, first defense, first the best of the rest on offense, and vice versa. And we've had some back and forth, and our offensive line, they're getting better every single day, and it's showing. So, I'm hoping we're going to be peaking at the right time and, ready for this playoff run.
And one credit to Tyus, I think it was the first carry of each half that he touched it. He housed it.
Touchdown, that first 96 yards on that first touchdown, and then after half, 65 yards maybe. I can't remember.
Had he just had the one carry at the start, it wouldn't have been a bad game.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and then Jeff Foreman, another big night for Jeff.
Yep.
Defensively, though, Anthony, we know you're more over there on that end. When you see a team like El Reno where they were dedicated to run the ball, so and especially that Kometsva kid, you were going to have to hit number 7 repeatedly. What do you just kind of get geared up for that, or are you because I know that they'll slip that pass in every now and then. Or are you pretty much just, hey, I'm going to attack the line and get anything I can?
Yes, sir. I really just worry about the run, let the DBs do their job. We trust them, so let them do their job.
Well, there you go. That always helps to have some people behind you can trust.
Yeah,
sir.
Not have to worry about, know where you're supposed to be. And again, still, it was a big senior night. A lot of the several seniors, I think 16, 17?
16
seniors.
Yep.
Anthony, kind of touching on that from, your freshman year through now, have you been at Del City that whole time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about your experiences. And I mean, I know you've had some coach changes, and now here you are headed, more than likely headed to the playoffs. Talk a little bit about your whole experiences here.
Throughout the 4 years, we had 3 different coaches, so it was kind of hard, but we got used to it after a while. We all worked hard for any coach we had, and we just got better all 4 years.
That's great. What is there a memory or two over that time that stick out as some of your favorites?
Not really, but
Not
my
really?
first start, it's Ardmore, my sophomore year.
Yeah.
That's when you first started, was as a sophomore?
Yeah.
I remember seeing you as a sophomore because I was always watching. I was down in Texas, but I always kept up with Del City football. I kept up with all the mid-Del schools, and I remember seeing him as a sophomore. And you were wearing number 87, weren't
85.
you? 85, yeah. I remember seeing this big, tall, and back then he probably weighed about 180 pounds. I mean, he was real skinny. And I was like, God, that kid's going to be an animal. He's going to be a big dude one day. And sure enough, got a chance to coach him, and now he's 235 pounds and kind of a beast most of the time.
Now, aside from football and of course your aspiring art career that you're looking forward to, we do understand you've got some plans to move on from Del City and heading up to Tulsa Town.
Yes, sir.
And tell a little bit about I personally didn't get a whole lot of recruiting letters or anything in my day, so kind of what was that experience like for you?
It was good. It was just the decision. It was hard. Mm-hmm. It was long. It's good to get out the way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can see where getting it over with kind of makes things go a little easier after
Yes,
that,
sir.
and you can kind of start planning more of a future from that point. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand, at least from Coach Dunn, spoke previously about it, that your mom and family, certainly a close bunch. I think they were there with you on senior night and those
Yes,
kind
sir.
of things. Talk a little bit about them and the sport that they've been for you through these years.
They support me a lot. They support me, and they come to all my games and stuff. So it was great having them around. They support me.
His brother is also a sophomore here too. He's a
Yes,
basketball
sir.
player, and so they're always together. So he's got a brother that's here on campus that we wish played football too, and hopefully we can get him out one day. But Nate, this family, they're awesome. I mean, I wish we had more families like this family because, his mom, Rosalind, she's always there to help out with whatever we need. She's at every game, and she really helps the senior class. There's 3 or 4 of them that call her mom. So, they've been a big help for all of us, for the entire program. And then Dwayne, his dad, he's awesome. He puts stuff out on Twitter all the time. He's always retweeting the Eagle Vision stuff. So, big support, man. We love the Goodlow family.
That's great. And if I remember correctly, a couple years ago, you had a sister who plays basketball.
Yes, sir.
So obviously a talented bunch there. And now where is she at now?
Seminole State.
Hey, there you go. So hey, keep going. And is she still playing ball too?
Yes, sir.
Great. That is awesome, man. That's and a big again, congratulations, man. That's
Thanks,
something
sir.
to be exceptionally proud of to get to go. And we'll look forward to seeing you play on TV. And if I make it up to there, it's what is it off 9th Street, 11th Street? Where's the stadium?
Yeah, I can't remember where it is. I haven't been there in 12 years. It's been a while since I've been to Tulsa.
I've been to Tulsa a few times. It's a
I
good
have
time.
too.
Yeah. Cherry Street, 15th Street.
Yeah.
I think it's the same road, but it's a good time. There's some good places to eat, and you'll find it quick. It won't take long. But now we mentioned though El Reno come out of there with the victory, and final 34-20. Ganther had another nice night, and then of course,
completion rate was high again. That's a good thing about Quinlan. He knows where to go with the ball. Like I've said, I keep saying it every week that he studies it up and he knows, pre-snap he knows where he's got a good matchup. He knows who to read, and he gets better every week. And you can tell by his completion percentage that each week, this week I don't think we had to throw the ball very much. We were able to run the ball and do it pretty effectively. And El Reno, credit to them, they kept the ball away from us because they kept going 3 yards a pop and they would get first downs. And in the second half we shut them out. They didn't score a point in the second half, but they were able to drive the ball a little bit on a couple drives that took away, and they would use all the clock. And they had a good game plan for us. So Quinlan, I think he was 9 of 13 or somewhere around that area, but high completion, right? That's what you want. If you're going to throw the ball 14, 15 times, you need to complete about 10, 11 of those, and that's kind of what he's been doing over the last 4 weeks. So, and
I know he went Foreman some, Licensure a few times.
Yep.
And
Colin had a good game on both sides of the ball. Another sophomore stepping in and playing well. We've had some injuries. We've had some guys out, and so we've got some young guys that have come in and done a good job for us and been ready to play. We started a freshman last week. So, we're getting to the point where around here it's next guy step up and go in. We don't really flinch at anything. And that's always good to see when people aren't just afraid, oh no, someone else. It's not like that. It's next man up and go play, find a way to win. And that's kind of what we've been doing.
Can't postpone the ball game for one thing. I got you. And I think it says a little bit on quarterback. With Ganther kind of development and being able to find the right read, where to throw the ball, as opposed to you get up there and you kind of look over and you see that there's your guy's 7 yards back, in the coverage, and you're like, I'm gonna fire it over to him as soon as I can.
That's you'll see him. He does a good job of scanning the field pre-snap and knowing where he's got the matchup, or knowing where he's got grass, or knowing what his read is. We do enough stuff in the pass game to where he's got some different reads each play. There's stuff that's pre-snap, there's stuff that's post-snap, and there's stuff that's concept-wise, who are you reading, and he knows he figures all that out, and he's got a plan every week. His dad does a good job with helping him throughout the week. He'll talk to us and say, okay, what's the plan? And he'll go home and they'll talk about it all week. So, it's good to have people that support and do that for us and help us out and is the right voice, and his dad has been that. So, it's fun watching his development because, anytime you got a quarterback that is a 15, 16-year-old kid, but they keep getting better every week, it's a credit to a lot of people. And, Coach Rogers, our quarterback coach, and Coach Madonna, our offensive coordinator, have done a good job of doing things that he can be successful doing. So it's been really fun to watch.
Now, speaking of coaches, Goodlow, what coach is most often in your ear telling you how to get better?
Coach Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And do you have any? Coach Jones have one favorite phrase or two that he constantly fills your ear with?
Soft.
Yeah,
soft.
Calls everybody soft.
There you go.
Coach Jones he's a maniac out there. It's funny, everywhere we've ever been, because I've been fortunate enough to have Coach Jones with me for the last 10 years and been on 2 or 3 different staffs. And everywhere we go, he's usually the most hated coach, but he ends up being the most loved coach because kids figure it out real fast that he wants the best for him and he wants the best for this team, and he's going to get it one way or the other. He's going to get it out of you. So he doesn't accept anything but, we do all kinds of stuff on defense, our 2 whistle drills, and he makes sure that we're going to be game ready every week. So he's another one. He's good to have.
That's great. Now, as we turn the head and look towards Southeast this week, there is some confusion here, Coach, and maybe you can help clear it up. As I recall, Southeast once was upon a time on Shields Boulevard. Now I think they've moved the school, and it's maybe on Walker now, but they don't play their football games there at all.
No.
Okay. Where exactly will the game be this Friday night at 7 o'clock?
It's actually going to be Thursday.
Thursday night. It's a Thursday night game.
The Thursday night game at 7 o'clock.
Okay. Yes, see, there's another How many Thursday nights did you buy this season?
4. Yeah, I didn't know that whenever I got here, when I started looking at the schedule and started figuring out that, and a lot of it changed like once the season started. Even like the Lawton schools, they changed those to Thursday games before we even knew it. I found that out 3 weeks before the season started just because I was calling about a volleyball game. And I got to talking to their head coach, athletic director, and I'm like, hey, so are we good on this time? And he's, no, coach, we're not. And he told me that, and he goes, you better check with Lawton Mac for your next one, because he said, all right, we had a new athletic director, and he's come in and changed a bunch of things. And so that all changed. And then with Oklahoma City, same thing. You never know what you're going to get over there. You never know scheduling-wise what's going to happen. And that one changed, and, after 2 or 3 weeks into the season, I found out that one's going to be a Thursday. So I knew the Ardmore game the whole time was Thursday, but Southeast, didn't know, found out later, but
Man, we should probably read a little better. I spend all my time watching huddle film, and
yeah. Well, we've been pretty good on Thursday nights. We went down and made those 2 trips to Lawton and won some big games down there. And Ardmore didn't get it done. That one we didn't play as well in the first half. Again, played pretty good in the second half. But we're 2-1 on Thursday, so hopefully we'll continue the winning pattern and get a W this week.
And do you all have school this Friday?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Now, for you, Anthony, is it tough with the Thursday night game, especially all of them having been away game? At least this one will be a shorter drive home. You don't get home till midnight or better, and then you got to get home and then get ready and get up and go to school the next morning. Any extra challenge there, or just doing business?
No, you just got to do business. It's hard waking up, but you got to do it.
I got you. And I'm sure they don't cut you any slack for that. So
yeah.
We look at Southeast record 4-5 overall, 1-5 in the district.
Yep.
Most recent, they did get a win here over Western Heights.
Yeah.
And a shootout over there. Some other wins against Capitol Hill, Star Spencer and Grant, and then seemed to kind of had a run there against Duncan, Ardmore, El Reno, and Altus. All teams that can put up some points, certainly.
Yeah.
The gauging, and from what I watched, like I said, on the Huddle film, Southeast does a lot of different things on offense.
Yeah.
So they change it up a lot. What have you seen there, and kind of what have you all kind of geared these guys to do this?
Well, the thing is, and we've told these guys, they've got 2 or 3 guys over there that can make you look silly if you don't prepare for them. They do enough to make you really, really focus in and try to figure out exactly what they're trying to do, because they'll get into some empty. They've got a quarterback that can run. He can hurt you with his feet, and he can also get the ball out there to a couple of athletes. So they spread you out. They try to use their athletes to their advantage. Then they'll come back and be in a 2-back set, and they run all kinds of read game. And, they do a good job of making you prepare for a few different things and making it tough as a game plan. So as far as these guys, we're really working on us, and working on getting better, running to the football, and doing those things that we've preached since we got here. Defensively, and offensively, same stuff. We want to move people. We want to be the most physical team. Want to be dominant up front, and then give our playmakers chances to make plays. So, it's one of those weeks where we're trying to get better, and this is every week, but we're trying to get better at us and making sure that we're going into the playoffs with some steam and feeling good about our chances.
Now, from what I've seen, the quarterback, he's pretty mobile. Like
he's fast. He's a quick dude. I mean, and same thing with the running back. Both those guys, they're lightning in a bottle, and you better contain them. And we've worked all their stuff, and we've worked on our force on the outside. And we've made sure that we want to keep those guys bottled up. And then they've got a couple receivers out there that they'll run by you. They're fast. So they're good at what they do.
Now, Anthony, do you prefer maybe getting in there and filling a gap and hitting a running back, or would you rather go ahead and eat the quarterback's lunch for
I'll eat the quarterback's lunch.
yeah. I got you. So you may get an opportunity there. Mike Hill, pretty mobile, and you'll have to be on the ball and keep the eyes on the belt buckle to check that guy down. That was a good piece of advice I got when I was young. Just watch the belt buckle.
Yeah.
Can't run away from your belt buckle.
They say that in every sport too. It's wrestling, football, tackle, whatever. That's always the belt buckle.
Center of gravity kind of goes with it. Yeah. So you just keep that.
Yeah, belly button.
So game tomorrow night then, 7:00, and they play at, is it Spiegel?
Spiegel Stadium. Well, that's a totally different place than it used to be. I've seen it on film in these last couple games they've played, and man, we played there back in the day. I actually played against Coach Jones when we were younger. I played against Coach Jones. He's at U.S. Grant, and it was over there at their place, and that's where they used to play all their games too. So it was a lot different back then. It was kind of a rough place. It was bad, but now it's actually looks pretty good.
Well, maybe one of the MAPS projects got hold of it.
I think so. Yeah. The field. It's either the MAPS or there's a guy over there that's doing the fields. I can't remember what it's called, but they do a fields project. It's one of the bigger Oklahoma City development guys, and they're doing a good job of helping out some places that really need it. So. Anything that makes the whole state look better, and when Oklahoma City has Spiegel Stadium looking better, and TAF is what it is become, and man, it's that's all good stuff in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And TAF was such a cool old stadium.
Oh man, awesome!
It's nice that they've kind of went towards it.
Put a little money into it, and it's still the old brick or the concrete out there, the concrete walls, and then it's just inside they made it a lot nicer. So man, they've done a great job with that.
That's a bonus, and it has been there forever and a day.
Yeah.
Now, Goodlow, we mentioned you're headed to Tulsa. The senior night ended. Family was on hand. Did you take part in the big senior circle? Were you out there for that?
Yes, sir.
And now, what it looks like a bunch of people running around there, crazy like. Was there anything else going on? No, just a bunch of high fives. Yeah, okay.
High five.
Dancing.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you dance?
Yeah, always dance.
Yeah. Now, would you say you have some moves?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, well, see, there you go. He's confident in his moves.
What's the signature move though? I mean, what's your go-to?
Anything I'm thinking of.
Millie Rock?
No.
About to be a dance-off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. You can work that one in after you sack the quarterback. You can just a little quick little.
Just don't get a penalty.
Yeah. There's a kid in Norman named Trevor Nutt, and he got a sack, and he popped up and did the Macarena. And the next practice, he spent run whistle stop.
Yeah.
Coach Peters for quite a while.
Yep.
Did not stop. So, you might learn that one. Macarena might be a little old and outdated, so, it probably wouldn't be that hip anyway.
Yeah. I don't see us doing the Macarena around here.
So, Coach, any other things? I know coming up this month, there's later the month basketball have their meet the team and some other things like that.
Yep, I think that's on the 21st. It's right before Thanksgiving is when we'll do that. Hopefully they'll have to meet him afterwards because we want to be practicing on Thanksgiving this year. So hopefully we'll still be going in football. But they've got big scrimmages this weekend. We host a big scrimmage festival type deal where we've got 15 teams, I think, coming this Saturday on the 4th. They come in. Coach Hatchett does a great job of getting people here, and it's good competition. We don't have to go far. There's some schools that are going down to Texas to get good competition, but we're going to get it right here in our own place. So we're excited about that. And then, the scrimmage season, it lasts all the way up past Thanksgiving. I think we start playing games there in December, real games. So, we're looking forward to it. I've been in there and I've watched our boys practicing, and I've watched our girls, and we're going to have 2 really good teams. Our wrestling team, I think, is going to be really good this year. I've got to watch a little bit of that, and these guys are working hard, and that's a good thing about when I've said it before with Del City and with what we have going on athletically. We can send guys to basketball, and we know they're going to do right, and they're going to be expected to work hard, compete, and do all those things that we talk about. Same thing, we send guys to wrestling. We know Coach Ruth. We know what his expectations are, and expectations are to win and do it the right way. So, as far as it being an entire program and being really one DC, which is what we talk about all the time, we really got that going on, and so it's going to be fun because our basketball team right now, they're rolling, and there's some good players over there, and this is without 4 or 5 guys are going to come from football that had a lot of playing experience from last year. So it's only going to make these guys better that have to step up and do it right now before Anthony and Isaac and those guys, Jeff Foreman, before they get over there. And I think it's just going to make us a lot better. So we're going to have a solid basketball team.
I'd go play a 3-on-3 tournament with
those 3.
Yeah. Anthony and Isaac and Jeff. Yeah, sure.
Kobe Higgins is another one, and Kobe's a point guard for the basketball team, and he's a stud, and as long as these guys are doing all the right things and doing what their coaches are asking them to do, the sky's the limit over there, just like it is here. I mean, we could go play a long, long ways. I mean, we keep talking about our goal is being 5-0. Rest of this year, 5 more games, sticking with it, grinding it out, and getting it done, and then they could go do the same thing real easy in basketball. So, that's what our expectations are: win a state championship around here. So that's what we're gonna preach. That's what we're gonna work towards, and that's always gonna be the goal.
Great. And now, of course, not to look past Southeast, but come out either there, and I know without somebody else giving them some help. You should be in playoffs. Yeah. And so what's the first week for the playoff game?
It's probably going to be McGinnis again. We played them week 1. We've played them the last couple of years in the first round. So it's an opponent that we know. Our kids know each other. Coaches, Coach Jones, I know him really well over there. And I remember after our game this first week, and they snuck it out and they beat us there at the end. And we had them down. It was a roller coaster game, a wild one. And I remember Coach Jones coming over and saying, "I guarantee you, we'll see you again. We'll see each other again eventually. It'll be fun." So, it happened. So it'll be a good matchup.
Now, and is it? Do you have more than a week off, or is it just the next week following the end of the season?
Yeah, it's the week. It's the next week.
Okay.
There's no week off before. In 6A they only have 3 playoff games, so they'll take a week off during Thanksgiving. They'll play week 1, week 2, and then week off of Thanksgiving, and then state championships. But in 5A, we've got 32 teams, so it's 4 weeks straight through. No rest
for the wicked. No. Yeah, there you go. Got to stay on that grind.
Stay on course.
Now, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Get that. What has been the is it? Have you seen a different energy this season? With and now kind of knowing you're going to the playoffs, and kind of what are your expectations going forward?
I feel like we just gotta be disciplined and tough and practice hard, and we can get it done.
Great. Great. Now, can we just get a straight up Goodlow from you?
Goodlow.
There you go.
Yeah.
You do need just an eagle to follow you around whenever you say that.
You should get a pet eagle. Put an eagle on your shoulder.
Man, that would be cool. I don't know anybody else who has a pet eagle personally, and I'd be a little jealous, but
sack full of eagles. Yep. Sack
full of eagles. There you go. Now, generally we do ask some outside the football realm question, and this goes back. So, all-time favorite movie, the one if it's on when you're flipping channels. What movie is it that you stop for and you watch?
You watch it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of those movies that are always on. Like TNT, Roadhouse.
Yeah.
How about that one? That one's always on. It's on. You can find that probably just about every night.
Man. He was, Yeah,
Roadhouse. It's not my favorite movie by any means. Not even
but
close.
But
when it's on, I watch Roadhouse.
You end up watching it?
I like Hurricane Season.
Hurricane Season?
Yes,
nice. All right.
What is that? I don't even
it's
know.
A basketball movie.
Hurricane Season? Y'all know what that is?
I think Brad directed it. Yeah.
Brad's coaching in it.
Brad's
basketball coach, by the way. Goodlow.
He's going to be coming in looking for some AAU kids. I'm Young Guns. If Young Guns is on, or Major League, those are the two.
Yeah,
I can't quit Major League. It's just
so many quotable moments.
Oh my gosh, Bob Uecker, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
All right, so apparently tomorrow night, I spent all my due diligence trying to watch Huddle film, and here I am. I don't know when the game is.
Well, you never know. I guarantee you go in there. We've got two schedules in there that probably say it's on a Friday night. We've got another schedule that we gave out a long time ago. Probably forgot to give it to you guys, but we had to change a bunch of stuff when we figured out that we were playing Thursday games instead of Friday.
Well, now and will the playoff game be a Thursday night, or they're going to keep
that'll be a Friday,
genuine Friday night?
The OSSAA they do that, and I think in Oklahoma they make you play at 7:30 too. I think all playoff games are 7:30 once you get to that season. So don't quote me. I got an email the other day and it said that, and I asked somebody. I think that's what I was told. So,
well, they probably as the wind changes, they'll update a rule on you.
Sure, that's the thing. And you play all year long at 7. McGinnis plays all their games at 7. We play all our games at 7. You would think they would just say, hey, whatever you do it. But that would take probably because Ardmore plays at 7:30. So if you get to that matchup, how do you say who's going to get to do what? You know what I mean? So it's either going to be in Texas they make you flip for everything. So you flip for time, you flip for location, you flip for day even. There'll be some teams that if they see that you play your last district game on a Saturday in a place that has multiple schools and they have Saturday games. If they see you on a Saturday, some coaches will get wily on you and they'll make you flip for a Thursday game unless you say, yes, we'll play you. We'll agree to play you at your place on Friday. That's happened to us before one year when I was down there.
So this is like Billy Bob Thornton at the.
That's it. I coached that place where they did that flip on that movie. It's called Southside Market. It's in Elgin, Texas. I coached there. I coached in Elgin, Texas, and I used to go eat Southside barbecue all the time. And that's the place they did the coin flip.
Coin flip.
Yeah. Little tidbit. Yeah.
Full on Friday Night Lights there.
Friday Night Lights.
Man.
Yeah, Southside Market.
That's great.
Great
that
ribs.
Awesome. Well, that's another bonus.
Yeah, if you're ever in Elgin, Texas,
man,
check out Southside Market.
I can eat some ribs. There's one quality I have about myself. There
you go.
Give me 2 racks and we'll get started after that. That'll just be the warm up. Well, a big thank you to Anthony Goodlow, sir. Congratulations again on heading to Tulsa and all your success you've had this season. And don't quit. Keep it up because we'd like to keep talking about more games and coming back and doing coaching shows.
Yes.
All right. Another big thank you to Coach Dunn. And as always, the Dr. Brad Reed on the technicalities for keeping us going and showing to all of you all around the world. Come on out, Spiegel Stadium tomorrow, 7 p.m. The Del City Eagles head to take on the Southeast Spartans. Sparta! Or what is that what they did? I don't remember. I don't know. Troy! I don't remember. It had Brad Pitt in it, I think. All right. We'll wind it up here. Until next time, have a great football weekend. We'll see you soon here on Del City Eagle Vision.
The Del City Coaches Show is a DC Eagle Vision production. Get all the latest coaches shows and game broadcasts by subscribing to our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter at DC Eagle Vision and like us on Facebook at Del City Eagle Vision.